Dear friends and colleagues, member of parliaments, excellencies, ambassadors, I would ask for, okay, we'll start. So it's, first of all, let me greet you in the Center of Analysis of International Relations. Thank you very much for coming today. And we today celebrate the 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relationship between Azerbaijan and Czechia. And probably you know that Czechia is something which is close to me because I spent almost 5 years as ambassador there between 2014 and 2019. Also, it's a coincidence that today is the 4th anniversary of the establishment of the Center of Analysis of International Relations. And today is our first event in 2023. So we start our year with marking 30th anniversary. But before proceeding to the discussion, because you've heard about horrible earthquake in Turkey and surrounding countries, I would ask to stand for the minute of silence. Thank you. I will just briefly will sketch because we have excellent today's speakers to give more details about our bilateral relationship. Indeed, we have historical connections with Czech Republic. We have strong economic, cultural, but above all, political connections. I would like to remind that the Czech Republic or Czechia is one of the countries among the European Union members with which we signed agreement on strategic partnership. And this document was signed in 2015 when the President Miloš Zeman visited Baku. I was at that time also ambassador, so took part in certain discussion. So, and you know, recently Czech Republic also held elections, and Miloš Zeman is now outgoing president. Anyway, we'll focus on this today's discussion on bilateral relationship. Although the Czech Republic also important for us in terms of promoting certain issues on international agenda, international arena, in international organizations. Within the European Union, Czech Republic is a strong supporter of Azerbaijan-EU relationship. So I'll give the floor to my good friend and colleague, Ambassador Sedlacek, for the introductory remarks. Ambassador, the floor is yours.
Zapni si mikrofon do prdele.
Dámy i vážené... У меня был... Takže, уважаемые дамы, уважаемые господа, я не знаю, если я не должен говорить на чешском языке, потому что здесь, за этим столом, почти все говорят на чешском, да? И славянский посол тоже говорит на чешском, и у нас есть переводчица, которая тоже говорит на чешском, но мы договорились, что я и мой коллега, который в Праге, будем говорить на русском, можно и на английском, все равно, или на немецком, или на чешском. Takže já очень рад, что я могу быть здесь в Баку, и это во время, когда мы празднуем годовщину вот этого наших 30 лет дипломатических связей между Азербайджаном и Чехией. U nás bylo na prošlé nedělke мероприятие, после прошлой неделки 26 января было мероприятие в МИДе, где мы начали почти год, в течение которого мы будем праздновать эту годовщину. Мы подготовили много мероприятий в рамках этой годовщины, и я только скажу про некоторые из них. Это значит, у нас будет прежде всего заседание межправительственной комиссии, которое после 5 лет наконец будет в Праге, да, в начале марта. Я встретился с госпожой председатель, госпожой спикер парламента и передал приглашение в Прагу от нашего спикера парламента, госпоже Пекар Адамовой. Она обещала, что, наверное, в этом году вот этот визит осуществится. Я на связи с господином депутатом Elnorom, который является председателем группы чешско-азербайджанской дружбы. И мы договорились тоже, что вот эта группа поедет в Прагу и что наши депутаты приедут в Баку, в Азербайджан. Мы тоже стремимся к этому, чтобы здесь было, чтобы в Праге осуществился визит министра иностранных дел Азербайджана. И это есть, еще здесь будут консультации на уровне нашего заместителя министра или директора департамента Министерства иностранных дел господина Курфирста здесь в Баку. Это что касается вот этих официальных мероприятий. Мы тоже подготовили несколько других мероприятий, которые будут касаться прежде всего культуры. Мы в месяце мая должен быть сделан концерт, где будет выступать азербайджанская скрипачка, которая учится в Праге, и пражский артист тоже, и чешский артист. Потом мы хотим, чтобы очень как-то новый импульс мы дали вот студия чешского языка здесь на Славянской университете. Но и будут и дальше мероприятия, касающиеся, например, туризма, потому что, может быть, что знаете, что мы здесь, Чешская Республика, есть такой наш технология туристических дорог, это значит, мы здесь уже где-то в окрестностях Ланкарана уже или в национальных парках это делали, и мы хотим это продолжать и даже сделать какой-то путь чешско-азербайджанской дружбы. Также вот этих мероприятий будет побольше, и мы будем вот информировать о этих мероприятиях в прессе и вот в нашем Фейсбуке и так дальше. Я бы сейчас только еще представил вам моего коллеги, господина Путика, это мой заместитель, и потом в Праге есть уже стендбай мистер Экарт. Он был моим предшественником, также он будет из Праги тоже отвечать, например, или скажет своими словами impression from Azerbaijan. Please, Mr. Putik, the floor is yours. Something about the past, our relations, please.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador Shafiev. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen and colleagues. Before attending this event, I went through the timeline of our bilateral relations between the Czech Republic and Azerbaijan over the past 30 years. And if you look at the important dates, you will see that most significant events happened since 2006, and that is not by chance. So, the diplomatic relations were established on the 27th of January 1993. They were the first meeting at the highest level took place at the CSCE summit in Budapest in 1994 between the then president Václav Havel and Heydar Aliyev, but who also visited Prague in 2002 for the NATO summit. But for us, frankly, the turning point is the opening of the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline. And it doesn't need much explanation, because it will suffice to say that Azerbaijan is the most important source of non-Russian oil for the Czech Republic today. And it's therefore not by chance that that our relations received its new significance after that date. So the Azerbaijani embassy in Prague was established 2007. We followed suit 2009, 2010. If I may just point out a few points, maybe they can be developed further in debate later on. First of all, throughout the history of our bilateral relations, our successive Czech governments, left to right, and historically as well, I think have quite consistently held a pragmatic view of relations with Azerbaijan, and the economic relations and energy security are obviously key to these relations. Now, but it's not one-sided, and you will yourselves, as mostly Azerbaijani audience, appreciate yourselves what importance the most important Czech investment project had for your country. Again, suffice to say that this was the involvement of Czech companies in the expansion of the Baku-Tbilisi-Kars railway corridor. This is an event about bilateral relations. Still, it is necessary to say that as an EU country, that for a country that is an EU member, this provides the wider context, and again, the crucial visits, for instance, of your current president Ilham Aliyev to the Czech Republic took place during our Czech EU presidencies in 2009, when the Eastern Partnership was born, and last October, when, among other things, the European Political Community was established at the Prague Castle. Maybe last point, this is very much about economy, about energy security, but our relations do have an important people-to-people component. We have many Azerbaijani students at Czech universities, including some graduates of those universities here in this room, and still there's a bit of a deficit, I would say, also at the Czech side when it comes to academic insight into Azerbaijan. We need to work on that ourselves in the Czech Republic, and we see also some recent positive signs in Azerbaijan, which we very much appreciate. Last sentence from my side, I quoted this at one event we co-organized last year. Our great Czech writer Karel Čapek, when he talked about literature, he said it's more universal than diplomacy. And we're on the occasion of this 30th anniversary working on some projects that would highlight and bring to the attention of Azerbaijani public Czech literature, just like last year, the first ever anthology of Azerbaijani prose was published in the Czech Republic, which is a I think, a great achievement in the culture sphere. Thank you.
Thank you. Dziękuję wam. I always in favor of not really very formal events. So we have here our good also friend who studied in Czech Republic. And I think you made ты делала, да, переводы. С каких авторов у нас перевели чешских? Чапек, потом Гашек, по-моему, переведенный. Azerbaycan dilinde hansılardı bizde tercüme olunup.
Я нажала. Так, меня слышно? Так,
Да.
здравствуйте. Если вы имеете в виду антологию азербайджанской литературы, переведенную на чешский язык, там были собраны не только произведения современных, например, Анар, Джалиль Мехметкулизаде, Азизе Джаферзаде, очень много, 22 рассказа, то есть 22 отдельных автора, переведены на чешский язык. А еще в прошлом году...
С чешским.
Да, с азербайджанского на чешский.
Ага.
А еще в прошлом году я перевела Карла Чапка «Белая болезнь». «Белая болезнь» — это как раз тоже очень похоже по тематике на как раз пандемию, потому что там тоже такая очень актуальная тема, но она еще не была издана, просто была переведена и в маленьком журнале.
На азербайджанский. Азербайджан,
Нет,
ну, стильно.
Да, уже нет, это было с чешского на азербайджанский, это не было обратно.
Я очень большой любитель чешской литературы, поэтому çok yaxşı ki Azərbaycan dilinə tərcümə etmiş. Ona görə ki biz vaxtilə onu hamısını rus dilində oxuduq. Again, thank you very much. Let's continue just to remind Mr. Ambassador told about some Czech connection. It's again people who are sitting here. Tural Genjaliyev, a member of parliament, but he also served in our embassy in Czech Republic, and the Shahmar Hajiv, who is working in our center, he studied in Charles University. So when well, three people from Azerbaijan, more or less speak Czech language. Tural, floor is yours. Also, I would like to remind that Tural is not only a member of parliament, he is also a member of EU Azerbaijan interparliamentary group, but also recently Tural became head of the think tank, Baku Network, and I wish him success in his endeavors as a colleague think tankers. Floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great honor for me as the member of Azerbaijani Parliament and also the head of EU-Azerbaijani Parliamentary Friendship Cooperation Committee to attend this very interesting event. Yes, as the ambassador mentioned, I had an honor to be posted in Czech Republic for 4 years and work under the leadership of Ambassador Farid Shafiev. And I would like to start on a personal note that Czech Republic, Prague became kind of second home for me, for my family. My wife studied at Charles University. She received master degree from in international political and economic studies from Charles University, and we really appreciated our tenure in Czech Republic. And also coming back to today's event, of course, Czechia and Azerbaijan Republic, we are enjoying very special relationships, and these relationships goes back to medieval ages, even before the medieval ages. We have peoples of Azerbaijan and Czechs. We were connected through history. As our colleague from embassy mentioned, we are not only enjoying bilateral political parliamentary relations, also people-to-people connections are very strong. And I would like to say that Azerbaijan really values the relationship with the Czech Republic, because Czech Republic is not only the important player of the European Union, but also one of the strategic partners of Azerbaijan. As Ambassador mentioned, we have signed agreement on strategic partnership with Czech Republic. A few years ago, we also signed agreement on energy cooperation. So these relations are growing, flourishing, and I would like to say that we really, peoples of Czech Republic and Azerbaijan, we have always historically, culturally, we felt very close. myself, as a kid, I have grown up by watching Czech animation, Český Krtek. I was reading in my childhood very funny and interesting stories of Jaroslav Hašek about his travel to Europe and different places. Also, one of my favorite movies was Tři oрешky pro popelku. Tři oрешка для золушки. This kind of cultural events, cultural connections, and people-to-people contacts always affected our nations. And of course, again, the very important aspect is, of course, relations between Czech Republic and Azerbaijan since gaining our independence. As you know, we, from historical similarities, we have first gained our independence in modern history in the beginning of the 20th century, in 1918. Both we went through the same difficulties. We struggled for our independence. We tried to prevent the threats coming from outside powers. And of course, now, in our recent history, we were regained our independence after the collapse of the Soviet Union, and we are very proud of our independence. And now, currently, Czech Republic, as a member of the Visegrad Group, also as a member of EU, of course, very important for us. And with the signing of especially energy agreement, energy cooperation between our countries, I think that the connection between Caspian Sea and European Union, we became even one step closer to this target. And I think that the economic trade turnover between our countries, Czech companies investing in Azerbaijan, Azerbaijani entrepreneurs investing in Czech Republic, are very clear manifestation of our close relationship. You know this historically, and also from the geographic point of view, from the size of population, we are the same. We are both landlocked countries, we have to say, and that's why the transportation links are very important, both for Czech Republic and Azerbaijan. And of course, since the gaining of our independence after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Azerbaijan also after the raising up our Iron Curtain, both Czech Republic and Azerbaijan, we have advocated for transportation communications link, and this is very important. Especially the opening of the Zengezur corridor would boost our relations with the European Union, because EU will have direct access to Caucasus, and from Caucasus also there is an access to the Central Asia. With these huge resources, I think that European Union, Czech Republic also is very interested in direct connections with this part of the world. Of course, again, coming to the similarities of the nations, of the peoples, during Soviet times, we were both oppressed peoples. In Czech Republic, I remember every anniversary we were commemorating the invasion of Soviet tanks to Prague in 1968. The same happened in Azerbaijan, in Baku, on 20th January of 1990. We were stood up. We were the nations who stood up against the Soviet invasion. And in these events, we also find some resemblances. After regaining our independence, the relationship started to develop very firmly, very in a speedy way. And as parliamentary diplomacy, we also point out that the relations between Czech Parliament and Azerbaijani Parliament is very important. As a member of Azerbaijani Parliament, and also within the EU Cooperation Committee, we are doing our best in order to contribute to this relationship. Also, we can draw the parallels between the very important historic nations in our recent history. For example, when the Soviet Union was collapsing, a very famous, I would say, national leader of Czech Republic, Václav Havel, led his nation against this oppression. And we had also Heydar Aliyev, national leader of Azerbaijan, who took this responsibility and led his nation in the beginning of the early 1990s. And because it was very difficult times, we had to struggle, we had to find our way, but we also needed such important historical persons like Heydar Aliyev and Václav Havel, who would show the way, the right way for both our nations. Another important aspect that I would like to mention, as we are today celebrating establishment of diplomatic relations between between two countries. Of course, the opening of the Czech embassy in Azerbaijan, also Azerbaijani embassy in Prague, contributed very immensely to the strengthening of this relationship, and we value these relations. And Ambassador Farid Shafiev, even during your tenure, we had achieved so much, bringing diplomatic relations, different aspects of our relations, even closer to this. In our recent history, we also have seen very tragic moments. For example, during Second World War, Nazi Germany used the pretext of the region, that the Sudeten region, to invade Czech Republic. And we have also seen the same kind of pretext from our neighboring country, using different pretexts, territorial claims, and invading Azerbaijan. We have, of course, we have suffered this, and we know we value the territorial integrity, the principle of sovereignty, inviolability of borders of both our nations, of our countries. And not to be not going to just without going into details, I would like to also point out that the Lidice genocide, Lidice massacre that happened in Czech Republic, we have seen this tragedy happening in Hocalı in 1992. By the way, Czech Republic was one of the first countries in the European Union recognizing Hocalı massacre in its parliament, and even we have memorial dedicated to Hocalı existing in Czech Republic. We also have a memorial commemorating the Lidice massacre in Azerbaijan. And last but not least, I would like to say that current relations between our countries, of course, enjoy very pragmatic, constructive aspects. We have to mention again the recent cultural developments between our countries. For example, the opening of Czech companies, I mean, the relationships between our regions, for example, between Ganja and Olomouc and different parts of the different regions of Azerbaijan and Czech Republic also plays very important role. And I would hope that in the coming future, we will have also relations established between the cities which were liberated recently from occupation, with the different parts of the cities and towns in Czech Republic, because this way that we can bring back to the relations, the people-to-people contacts that we have always enjoyed throughout history. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really, you gave quite comprehensive information about our bilateral relationship in political areas, some important historical parallels, which is indeed why sometimes on many occasions Czech Republic and Azerbaijan found the common ground on political issues. One aspect of the relationship is the functioning of diplomatic missions, and I would like to remind that our embassy was opened in 2007. Our first ambassador was Tahir Tagizadeh, my predecessor, and now we have another ambassador, Adish Mamedov. Here in Azerbaijan, we had a number of successful diplomats from Czech Republic. First was Mr. Matula, then it was the Mr. Pivonka, and the third one before Pan Sedlacek, it was Mr. Eckert, Milan Eckert, our good friend. Господин посол, вы у нас с нами на связи? Rabita nice de orada? I think we lost him. It's always technical issues. Yeah. İtirmiş şey, Rabita var yoksa?
Слышно?
Слышно. Андер Русланец, слово вам. Приятно вас слышать.
Добрый день. из Праги. Я бы хотел в первую очередь выразить большую благодарность за приглашение в это мероприятие. Я чувствую себя как среди друзей и хотел бы передать, как сказать, поздравления вашему центру, господин директор. Это хорошая случайность, что именно отмечаем годовщину вашего центра и отмечаем праздник наших взаимоотношений. Уважаемые
Я
дамы и
minut
господа,
попрошу, мы будем переводить. Tercümaçı hazırdı. Bəli, buyurun.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, dear ambassadors. I would like, first of all, express my gratitude for inviting me to this crucial event. I feel as in the France environment, and it's a very nice coincidence that the celebration of the anniversary of your air center and celebration the 30th anniversary of Czech and Azerbaijan relations overlap.
Но я только хочу еще перед тем, когда официально буду приветствовать всех гостей, сказать, что у меня на столе лежит чашка. Это, по-моему, не получится, не знаю. Не работает.
Милан, вы можете камеру открыть?
Я попробую, но мне как-то не работает.
Ага.
Нет, к сожалению, нет.
Okay.
Но было бы еще веселее, потому что у меня на столе лежит чашка с азербайджанским чаем, и впади играет Вагиф Мустафазаде. Так, уважаемые дамы и господа, я очень рад, конечно, вместе с вами. Знаю, что за столом сидит очень много уважаемых людей, депутаты, послы. И, как я заметил, очень много друзей Чешской Республики, которые знают чешский язык, которые служили в Чешской Республике. И очень рад, что как-то на очень важных позициях в Азербайджане работают люди, у которых очень хорошие отношения с Чешской Республикой. Уже были напомянуты некоторые фамилии, но я бы еще, может, добавил Валеха Лескарова, который долгое время работал как представитель межпарламентской группы дружбы. Заметил, конечно, Турела, моего друга. И спасибо большое за эти аналогии, которые были озвучены в выступлении, потому что, я думаю, очень важно. Эти исторические параллели должны напоминать, что есть что-то похожее. Я бы еще продолжал, потому что касается площади наших государств, так они почти похожие. У нас неполных 80 тысяч квадратов километров. В Азербайджане, если я не ошибаюсь, 86 тысяч квадратных километров. Почти то же самое население, где-то 10 миллионов. И так как уже озвучил Турал в своем выступлении, у нас не совсем простые соседи. Значит, всегда было нелегко, но всегда справлялись и сохранили свою государственность.
Милан, сделаем паузу для перевода.
Да.
Before proceeding to the official part, I would like to say that I've got a cup with Azerbaijani tea on my table. Unfortunately, camera is not that available, is not that properly functioning. However, just there is a Vagif Mustafazadeh music at the background and just a cup of Azerbaijani tea on my table. Just it's very nice to see so many members of parliament, ambassadors, very respected famous people at this table. If I'm not mistaken, just there are also so many people who once served in Czech Republic but also speak Czech language. It's very nice. Also, I would like to note for example, the person of the former head of the Czech Azerbaijani friendship group, but also Tural, my friend, is here. Just it's very nice that we heard so many similarities and so many parallels articulated right here. It's very important to say because when it comes to the territorial area, just the area of our states are more or less the same. Just in Czech Republic, we've got some roughly 80,000 square meters. In Azerbaijan, if I'm not mistaken, it's some 86,000 square meters. As for the population, it's also more or less the same. We've got 10 million people in every country. Also, it was articulated that we, as both countries in tough neighborhood, we've got very tough relationship with our neighbors, and that's it.
Милан,
Mhm.
тебе слово. Просто хотел бы еще напомнить об одном важном дипломате в чешской миссии, это Петр Вагнер, который,
Mhm.
к сожалению, скончался, но сыграл очень важную роль, когда он был здесь заместителем посла, в том числе и в издании сборника о двусторонних отношениях. Да.
Also, before giving you the floor, I would like to remind about Mr. Peter Wagner, who sadly passed away. However, he played a very crucial role in our relations, and when he was once a deputy ambassador here, he played a crucial role in publication of the collection of the book collection in our relations.
Совершенно верно. Я не знаю, мне просто сложно, потому что вы мне помогаете. Я себе сделал отметки здесь, что хочу сказать, и почти все уже исчезло с моей бумаги. Я надеюсь, что книга Петра Вагнера будет каким-то подарком, связанным с этой 30-й годовщиной наших взаимоотношений, и получится в этом году, если все вопросы будут решенными, издать. Так как и в чешском издательстве Каролинум, хотел бы напомнить и книгу господина доктора Фарида Шафиева, которая здесь просто, которую возможно здесь покупать. Я еще хочу что-то добавить по историческим параллелам. Мы тоже благодарим азербайджанским солдатам, которые в рамках советской армии освобождали Чехословакию в 1945 году. Они принимали участие прежде всего в Островской операции. Я думаю, что на сайтах нашего посольства есть очень интересная статья, которая касается этой темы. И хочу даже добавить, что есть очень много всего